Number 2, Leader of the Opposition, David Shearer.
Speaker, to the Prime Minister, does he stand by all his statements?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, does he stand by his 2012 statement that figures for net migration to Australia were, quote, fairly similar under Labor? And if so, how many people have left for Australia in the last 12 months?
Right Honourable Prime Minister. Supplementary question, David Shearer.
Given that 53,676 New Zealanders have left for Australia in the last 12 months, which is an all-time record, what responsibility does he take for that exodus?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, well, the government is going through the long process of rebalancing the economy after the mismanagement of a Labor government. And there was an enormous amount of work to be done. And the reason business confidence surveys are increasingly showing support is because that they can see that we are on the right track and that the Labor Party, along with their good friends the Greens, only have one policy, and that is turn New Zealand into a modern-day Zimbabwe by printing money.
Supplementary question, David Shearer.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. What responsibility does he take for the fact that 40% of the New Zealanders leaving for Australia are aged between 18 and 30, the future talent of our country?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, for a long time New Zealanders have taken the opportunity, young New Zealanders, to get some experience overseas. Many of them come back, as the member will be aware. And, Mr Speaker, the member did that exactly himself. And so one of the areas where they are going to Australia is mining. So if we go and look at Western Australia or Northern Queensland, we see plenty of young New Zealanders going there to work in the mining industry. And I say to the member, if he wants to hold hands with the National Party as we reform the Resource Management Act to make it more possible for people to expand oil and gas exploration, other mineral activity in New Zealand, he should come and see me, come up and have a glass of wine. I'll take him through the legislation, and we look forward to the support of the Labor Party. But guess what? They won't do that. They'll just carry on whinging like they normally do.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
David Shearer, supplementary.
Thank you, sir. Does he stand by a statement made at Westpac Stadium where he said, quote, "It holds nearly 35,000 people, and believe it or not, the equivalent of the entire stadium and more leave every year to live in Australia permanently." And is there a stadium in New Zealand now that could hold the number of people that are leaving to Australia currently?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes, I stand by the statement. I also note that some of those numbers are starting to come back a little bit, and one should be a little bit careful about getting too excited about Australia given what's happening in the East Coast. But, Mr Speaker, I can count numbers, I can count heads, I can count people, and the remarkable thing was if I stood for the leadership of the Labor Party, I'm pretty sure I'd get a unanimous vote.
Order. Supplementary question.
Supplementary question.
David Shearer.
What responsibility does he take for the fact that 90,000 of our young people are not in education, not in training and not in employment? And does he think that this provides any incentive for young people to remain in New Zealand?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, I have to go and get you the exact neat numbers, but and that question could be directed to the Minister responsible for tertiary education, who has those off the top of his hand. Well, I'm more than happy. Look, I'm more than happy to give you the answer. I'm just out telling you I don't have them exactly to hand. But last time I looked at them, the vast, overwhelming bulk of young New Zealanders in that category are in education or training. The rest of them, there is 80% of them, there is a very small group who are not in employment, a very small group relative to the overall cohort. They are either in work, training, or doing something else like having a gap year.
90,000.
Question number 3, Materia Ture.
Tēnā koe, Mr